Scoop B. What's up? How you doing?
What's up?
Listen here. It's Tuesday night. Like I said, it's Transformation Tuesday or Take Care of Your Business Tuesday, which you are doing. You are taking care of your business over there at Bally Sports.
Trying to.
Listen, Scoop B, you know you somebody when you got a whole backdrop behind you.
Oh, this?
That, yes. Oh, that. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So listen, you now, like I said earlier, we were talking a little bit earlier, but I wanted to get some more insight from you and some more conversation.
Okay.
In history over at Bally Sports, which you've got to tell the people this funny story. What were you doing when you got the offer well, the phone call rather, that this was even an open position? You got to let us know what you were doing for people that don't know.
I was in my kitchen, in my bathrobe, making a smoothie.
Okay. Yeah.
And my phone rang, and a buddy of mine called and said, "Hey, you left where you were at.
Yeah.
What's next?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm gonna make this smoothie." I had the oatmeal in one hand. I had the chia seeds. I had the oatmeal.
You have the whole shebang happening with the chia seeds. That's another level.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, one key said you're always in the bathroom. You ain't right. But yeah. So I was at home in the bathroom, getting ready to get something, make my smoothie. And long story short, when it came down to it, there was an interest there. They're looking to, start a new network. Bally Sports is the new Fox Sports Net. ESPN bought Fox Sports Network, and you can't double dip. So Bally got the naming rights, and 19 of the 30 NBA teams in the NBA play on Bally Sports. So you got like the Clippers, the Pelicans, the Mavs, all. So I know that there were some other big names that they were looking to fill that position, but my name was the name that they called, and here we are.
And that was by, that was like supposed to happen because the timing the way it happened for you, and just to give people a little bit of insight here, your publicist, shout out to Brianna, told you to post that you have left your previous job over at Heavy. And when you post, were you going to post it on social media, or were you just going to be like, I'm just going to put it out here, we're going to step out on faith, it is what it is? Is that where you were at mentally?
Maybe a little bit of both, maybe just put it out there, but on the other side, I think, I'll tell you what I'm most happy about. I think oftentimes people go from job to job, situation to situation, college to college, relationship to relationship, etc., without taking time to pause. And for me, I thought it was pretty cool that I had the ability to pause and kind of just reflect. And I think so much stuff has gone on with COVID and just life. I think that was the first time that I was able to kind of just sit. The last plane ride that I was on was actually All-Star Weekend in Chicago, and then to come from that to a year later, kind of just sit and work, and kept working. Like, cool to kind of have that pause. So I answered more than you asked, but I think just the culmination of just it all. You reflect and you're thankful.
And Scooby, that is important for you to mention because oftentimes what we do, we're always on. We have to be on a lot. And so to hear you said that you're very active and lively with your reports. So like you said, you have to be able to sit down and pause. It's just kind of like, okay, let me kind of think and recalibrate and figure it out. And what happened with you the next day after you posted on social media that you left your position is when you got a call from a friend. That's why it's good to have good people in your circle too. That look out for you.
That speak your name in rooms you're not in, as the posts on Instagram go.
Yes. And that friend of yours who called and reached out to you, when he mentioned Bally, you thought he was talking about the shoes. I would have thought about the hotel.
Yeah, so Bally is interesting and kind of full circle in my opinion. I come from a family shoe store background. My family owned a Athlete's Foot sneaker store as well as a men's Walker shoe store. We were the only black-owned Athlete's Foot in New York State, and we sold the men's shoe store. Men's Walker sold Bally shoes.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that, it kind of was a full circle moment, and it's crazy because I actually have a wardrobe bag that says Bally. And sometimes when I go into the studio, I'll bring it with me. It reminds me of my uncle. My uncle passed away in 2016. We were very close, and just that process of just that full circle ties into that.
And Scoop, what I like about that is, and you mentioned your family a lot, so to come from a strong family background and you getting your start at 12 years old, being in the sports game, paying attention to things. You mentioned the Bulls, and let me add this, Scoopy. I still
Or this just for you.
I'm glad. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because I still, in my spirit, I have hoop dreams from the 90s. I'm stuck. A lot of my friends said I need to get over it with the Bulls. I feel like they're gonna come back.
Well, this is what I'll tell you.
Okay.
I spoke to Zach LaVine a couple days ago.
Okay.
And he's been enjoying time with his family. He's getting ready to really ramp up his workouts and more. But I'll add that the Bulls were kind of in a situation where they had legitimate chance late in the season, and injuries, particularly to Zach LaVine, were really, with COVID, were really the Achilles heel there. But I'll add this. When you look at the Bulls, I think that they did wonders by adding or trading to get Nikola Vucevic on the roster. They're a point guard away from at least competing in the NBA's Eastern Conference.
There's some hope. There's some hope.
Yeah, there's hope, but I think you look at free agency this summer, one of their biggest targets will be Lonzo Ball. He'll command about $20 million a year annually. And the Bulls can have been, shedding cap space and making moves and willing and dealing. Larry Markkinen will definitely be a trade chip potentially this offseason for the Chicago Bulls. But ultimately, I think it comes down to fit. The New York Knicks will also be in the market for a point guard. Lonzo Ball is a player of interest there. But I definitely think, the Bulls need somebody like Lonzo that brings attention to the city. That also takes some pressure off of Zach LaVine and shifts Kobe White to his natural position within the Bulls realm at the 2 guard.
You know what I heard in my head, Scooby, as you said all of that. What I heard in my head, Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan, Horace Grant, because that's where I'm stuck.
Iconic franchise. I think I'll say this to you. With my tie to Chicago, I'm a brand ambassador for Zenni Optical, who's the official sponsor of the Chicago Bulls. And I remember sitting in a press conference with Zenni when they announced their partnership, and I was amazed when someone said they called the Bulls an iconic franchise. And I said, damn, we old. First of all, I said, damn, we old. Second of all, I said to myself, we're our parents now.
Yeah, we are.
Because when you look at
we are parents for real.
We're our parents.
Yeah.
You think of Magic, Worthy, Kareem on the Lakers side. You think of Bird, Parrish, Dennis Johnson with the Celtics. And our generation was Kerr, Michael, Scotty, B.J. Armstrong, Dennis Rodman. It's a full circle moment.
Yeah, it is. I have turned around and sat on my chair. We are totally our parents now, thinking like that and going back to that time. But you know what? There is some hope. I'm a Chicagoan to Chicagoans. I got to give a shout out to Kanye West and Comic for
Happy birthday, Kanye.
Yes. It is his birthday, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Well, happy birthday to Kanye Gemini. Bless him. That's my brother. Whose number you got on? Which jersey?
Michael.
You got on 23. You it ain't even a question, Michael.
No, ain't no question, Michael.
But you know what? I love Scoop. Everything that you're doing, just the confidence and the energy that you're bringing. It was the timing was just right for you to get with Bally Sports as they launch this new venture, formerly Fox Sports, doing this and putting you on this platform. And I know you said it earlier, but now I gotta see it. Deep down, did you ever think, something like this would eventually lead you to this part in your career?
If I said no, I'd be a liar. If I said yes, I feel like I'm right on time. I think, particularly in this industry where you may see people pass you and sometimes you wonder, what is it that you're not doing? I've realized over the last 10 years, what's meant for you is meant for you and will never pass you by. But sometimes you're not mature and you're not ready yet for what you think you want. And I feel like as I sit down sometimes at my desk and I'm writing or getting stuff done, I'll ask myself, yo, what would it be like if I started this last year? And I don't think I was ready. I think I was right on time, and I feel like COVID legitimately leveled the playing field for a lot of digital people,
It did.
radio people, TV people, entrepreneurs. Like, I feel like COVID, and I want to acknowledge, like, COVID, we lost a lot of people, and I don't want to take for granted what COVID actually was.
Right.
But I think from a perspective of folks who are looking to branch out and do other things, if you stay consistent, your work will speak for itself. So I took that personally. I won't forget, like, I remember back when COVID first hit in March, I was sitting in an Uber and I had my laundry in the trunk. I was going to the laundromat.
Did you have a bathrobe on?
Nah.
Nothing in the car. Yeah.
And I was headed to the laundromat, and when COVID first hit, we were trying to figure out what was what.
Right.
I took out my phone and waited to the laundromat, and I text the first person I text, because my podcast was really moving at that point. I text Shaq and I said, "Yo, when you coming on my podcast?" He was like, I read it in his voice. He's like, "When you trying to do it?" And I was like,
Wait.
Huh?
Not that you could do it as impersonation.
Yeah. So, like, I took COVID personally. Like, I took it as like a challenge. Like we didn't know how long we were gonna be in the house.
Yeah.
We thought like 2 weeks. We thought like
a month.
3 weeks. We ain't think year and a half. So, like, I really took COVID personally, and I felt like it was the time to really branch and make magic happen.
Literally make magic happen, and reaching out, and something that, and I know you mentioned that COVID was a great time for leveling the playing field with everybody, from TV to radio to all of that, because as you think about it, sometimes what can happen, and podcasting has become the new thing. A lot of people now, if you're consistent, like you said, with your creativity, things can happen for you. But
your talent will make room for you.
That's right. But you got to be, at the same time, be nice, okay? Because I know a lot of people, I always say that this industry, you want to get in this industry, be nice.
This is true. I think I will say that I have noticed that the people who were at the top of their game, it either made you or broke you during COVID. And I'll leave it like that. I'm not naming names. I'm not playing nobody. It's the circle of life.
Yeah, I agree. I think it challenged a lot of us even to get out of comfort zones with certain things. And I know, even I can speak for the radio part, it was really no more of, oh, let's just pick up the phone. Now people want to see you. We were longing for the companionship of seeing people, because that's another way of companionship is the digital wave. And a lot of us was lonely last year. Mm-hmm. So
I think it's about what you put in. I saw my boy LL Cool J 91. He's a producer at ESPN. He reached out to me, and we've made magic happen on that front. I think it's all about connecting. Never met him in my life, but him hearing me and us talking, it's definitely I think just these days it's about the golden rule of treating people the way you want to be treated. Right. Is so valuable, and even like, for basketball purposes, like, you look at the way locker room access has changed, and Zoom is the thing. Like if you built those relationships with players before COVID, and you still talk to people, and it carried over to COVID because everybody was trying to be interviewed. It was just a period where we were just all. It didn't matter if you were a celebrity, it didn't matter if you were influencer, it didn't matter if you were. We were all just human, and I feel like we all sat back and just were like, want to talk about it, like, what's going on? I don't know. It's interesting.
Good, but I can honestly say, with what I do here in Chicago at WVON, I have gotten some of my best conversations and access to people throughout the pandemic, which has carried over into even them giving me a chance. And now, because of being to treat people how you want to be treated, if we don't say that again, that is like the paramount rule of life. We hear it, but if you took it, not advantage, but if you took the opportunity, thought of COVID as an opportunity to do different things instead of opposition, then you won in your own way. COVID wasn't an opposition, but an opportunity, I believe. So, as we do all of that, and as
it's what you make of it.
Yeah, totally what you make of it. Did somebody try to call you? Because somebody tried to call me. I'm like, see, but anywho. But what I want to say, Scoop, because you mentioned earlier that a couple of mentors. So the late and great Ed Bradley is somebody who you really admired as a broadcast journalist, and you also mentioned Amar Rashad. And meeting him back in the day, it still has an impression on your heart. But what would you tell 12-year-old Scoop B? What would you tell him? What would maturity tell him?
I'm editing myself, but tune out the noise.
We on that. You say what you want to say.
Nah, I got people watching me, but I'll just say it. But I'll just say that you tune out the noise. You do what you're supposed to do. You treat people right. You construct a team, and good things will happen for you. But I definitely think in this world, particularly like in the last 5 or 10 years, like many people, I won't say we all, many people move according to what other people will say, and I think it takes a special person to ignore that and continue to be you. Like I'll say that I remember some years ago, LeBron James was at some point it was his last year in Cleveland, and he had a conversation post game with Lonzo Ball, and their conversation they later revealed was LeBron telling Lonzo to tune out the white noise and just do what you have to do. And to me, that was so prophetic, because in a performance-driven society, if you listen to what other people say about you, number one, what other people say about you is not your business. Number two, right. When you find out that somebody has said something about you, you can take that as constructive criticism or treat it how you want to treat it. But I also feel like if we all cut down our potential when we move accordingly to what other people say. Like I feel like if you're the line leader, you got to come correct. But at the same time, why are you taking commentary from somebody in the back that see the back of your head? So I don't know. I just think my older self, or my younger self, would tell my older self, you're right on time. You're doing what you have to do, and tune out the noise and just continue to do what you do.
Tune out the noise and do what you need to do. And we don't realize sometimes, Scooby, that's what we really doing. It's like, well, maybe I shouldn't. No, do what you're supposed to do. And that is so dope that you said that term. Tune out the noise. Tune out the noise. But listen, you making some noise over at Bally Sports that we need to make sure that we tune into and not tune out of. And I'm just so excited for you with this brand new position. Timing is everything. And your journey is kind of dope. I give you that.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you wearing that Bulls jersey.
Of course. They're an iconic team.
Yes. When you come back to Chicago?
No plans. I'm not really trusting planes right now. I'm kind of waiting and seeing, but sooner rather than later.
Okay.
The Bulls aren't in the playoffs, so I don't have any reason to come out. No shade.
Why you have to say that?
No, because there's a new season.
I know they're not in the playoffs, Scoopy. You know I know.
But the Bulls have some. Listen, if the Bulls get a point guard, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They're a top 8 team.
Well, hopefully, I still got hope in the Bear. Hopefully, and I think we might do good this year. So hopefully, Chicago, we got a little loyalty when it comes to our sports team. So I'm praying, Lord, send us some stuff over on Madison right now, Lord.
In your matchless name, we pray.
Amen. Madison needs you, by Ashland.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But Brandon Scoopy Robinson, you have just been a joy to talk to. What I like about you is that you're so open to sharing and being transparent about your journey, things, and talking about the younger you, because it prepared you to be where you are right now. So shout out to your strong family, who I believe played a major influence in shaping the young man that you are today, and reminding me that we are parents right now.
Ain't that crazy? And then what gets crazy is when you get mad at your parents for something, then you're like, wait, I remember when my mom was mad at her mother like that.
Yeah. Oh, that just happened to me the other day.
Yeah.
Goodness. But you know what? It's all a circle of life, and as things continue to go and grow. And what, again, my last question, what would you tell young journalists out here trying to get in the game?
Don't take no from someone who's not qualified to tell you yes.
Wow. Right quick.
Yeah.
Right quick.
Everybody's not the plug, even though they have the plug emoji in their profile on social.
I'm hanging up on you. I'm going to hit the end button.
I said what I said.
Everybody's not the plug, even though the emoji is in their profile. Or if they got a blue check mark all the time. That's all, you know, seriously, we got to just keep it real. Never take no from somebody who cannot give you a yes. That is profound across life.
Yeah, for sure.
B. Robinson, the wisdom, the realness is what you are going to be bringing to Bally Sports, because you owe no punches when it comes to the commentary and giving all this information. So give us your official title. It's NBA Insider, right? The National NBA Insider?
National Digital NBA Insider, National NBA Writer, doing a lot of a lot. And I'm doing what I love. I love basketball. I've loved it since I was a kid. And the cool thing is, you know, you're doing both stuff on camera as well as in print form. So,
yeah.
And then you get to, you know, I get to talk to folks outside of the realm of just basketball. So,
like me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, who's still stuck in 93 with the Bulls.
Same here. I'm more like a 96 kind of guy.
90, you 96, y'all probably like 90, 95.
96 was a good year.
96 is an amazing year. Yeah.
The Fugees, Jay-Z were all out.
They was killing me softly. Come on.
Michael Jordan wore the Concords that year, the white blacks. And Dennis Rodman was a Bull.
Dennis Rodman was a Bull. I don't know what color he wore that year, and the hair was a different color every game.
And at some point he had a wedding dress on, so yeah.
That's Excalibur, which is now Tao in Chicago.
There you go. There you go.
So, we done took us back, our early TV team. Scoop B, you are now a friend to just my family. You my brother now, so next time, bring your Bulls, you come to Chicago, we're anyway. And don't hate on us. No, you ain't hating on us. You love us.
Nah, I got nothing but love for Chicago.
And we got love for you here.
Yes, ma'am.
So much love for you. So officially, you're in the role right now. But when can we see you? What days are you on?
So we have digitally an interview once a week, which will be a variant of different people. Last week, I had WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry. The week before that, I had former New York Knicks Chris Childs, who relived the story with him and Kobe Bryant some years ago. So usually that interview drops at ballysports.com, usually like Thursdays or Fridays. In addition to that, you catch my writing every day. And, you know, I shout out to Germany.
They need you. They've been on here twice.
But nah, so, I mean, you check a myriad of just different platforms through Bally Sports. In addition to that, my podcast, Scoop B Radio, is still up and running. You can subscribe on all streaming platforms. 3 to 5 million streams annually. And yeah, so that's it.
You better come up with your stats, knowing all your streams annually and all that.
Merrily eating off these streams.
Listen, well, you got a new person that's going to sign up to support you on Scoop B Radio as well as Bally Sports. I am so proud of you, and we just want to wish you much love and success and continued blessings as you continue to strive and thrive and do your thing. And tell Shaq I said what's up next time you talk to him, since you just calling him on the cell phone. You know?
I'm going to tell him, saying, he's going to say, Samantha, tell Samantha I said what's up. Right, kid?
Brandon Scoop B Robinson, my new brother, and doing amazing things over at Bally Sports. Much love to you. I'll be seeing you soon. We'll be talking, because now I could DM you now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, brother. Have a good night, okay? And thank you for wearing the jersey.
Yes, ma'am. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, peace.